Hello, Professor Toybox here, along with Elsa, and we're back in my Arendelle toy box where I've been building a winter festival. There's so much more I wanted to do with this toy box, but unfortunately the memory's starting to get full on my Wii U, so I'll have to save the rest of my ideas for a future toy box. Still, this toy box needs some additional activities, and that brings up an interesting question. What can you do when the toy box memory is getting full? What kinds of games and activities can you add to a toy box that don't take up too much memory? Well, last time we added this shooting gallery over here in the castle, and that didn't seem to eat up too much of the remaining memory, so that's one idea. I've got this empty area over here on the other side of the courtyard, and that got me thinking about what I could build there. So in keeping with the carnival theme, the first thing that came to mind was a simple little rail slide ride, and that's what I'm going to build today. I'm not sure how memory efficient this is really going to be, but since it's a small confined space, I don't think it's going to use up too much memory. So I'm going to start with this curvy rail slide piece here, and I'm going to drop this down about right here for now. And I want to go ahead and connect this, and I'm thinking what I will do is have this kind of wind over and above around the courtyard here. There's no reason I have to leave this confined just to this side of the space, and I want this kind of centered, this piece centered here above the gate, so I'm going to put that there like that, and then I need a steep rail like that. There we go. So if we connect to this, and then I can bring this piece over and connect there. And just so I don't have to find this piece again. And I think this will work okay over here. It's up high enough that I don't believe this is going to interfere with the shooting gallery, so we're not going to be in the way of any players that are trying to hit targets, and that's a good thing. So I'm going to connect that there, and then another curved piece here. And then I think I'm going to grab another one of those. And we'll drop it down this time, and that doesn't go down too far. So I think that'll be okay. It's not going to be in the way. And we'll finish it off with another one of these little spirally guys. There we go. And we'll go ahead and theme this. And what's interesting is, I'll show you something here about the rail slides. I think this is a bug in my opinion, but I'm going to use the periwinkle texture because that kind of looks like ice, and it looks like something that Elsa would make for her guests to enjoy. And I'm going to set that to be my theme. And if I go ahead and cancel out of that, you'll notice, of course, it only adjusted that one thing, and then it goes and applies to any new pieces I put down like that. But if I switch to one of the other rail slide pieces, you'll see the texture doesn't apply to that. So for some reason each of the rail slide pieces have their own texture settings, which is kind of bizarre. It doesn't work like that with the blocks or the racetrack pieces or other things. However, we can come in here on the rail slide piece that we set before, and if we theme all, and cancel out, you'll see it actually changes all the pieces. So that's kind of weird, but that's a little bug, I think, but at least we can work around it with the theme all. Now you'll notice these pieces here I placed on the ground, but the rail slide is actually above the surface of the ground, so we're going to need a way to get up to that. And so I'm going to put down a few little blocks here that will get us up there. Thinking of the staircase here. And the texture style I'm going to use for this, and unfortunately it's over here a little ways, but there's a wood texture that I think works pretty well with the wood that's in the castle here. And that seems to be okay. I set that to be my theme, so I can drop a second one here. So now we have a way to get up to the rail slide, and that looks kind of plain to me. So I'm going to add a little bit of decoration. And I know this is taking up more memory that I don't really have to spare, but it needs a little something here. And these won't take up too much memory. It's just a handful of blocks. So that gives a little bit more shape to it. And then up in Building Sets Group 2, we have these striped awnings. So if we put those up, there, that gives it a little bit more of a festive look. And there we go. So now we have a little simple rail slide ride that we can go and ride. A little bit longer ride than I expected. And of course we can ride it back the other way too. So that works out pretty well. It's just a simple little thing. No programming, easy to build, and doesn't take up too much memory, I don't think, because we didn't put down too many pieces. I don't really notice the meter having gone up too much. It went up a little bit, but not a lot, so that's a good thing. So I hope you've enjoyed this video on how to build a simple little rail slide roller coaster ride. It's pretty easy to build, and I think it adds a nice little touch to any toy box, and it doesn't take up too much memory to build. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel or sign up on my blog to see what we do next time. You can find build tips and logic diagrams on my blog as well for the different challenges that we make. And for now, Elsa and I are signing off from Arendelle, and we'll see you next time.